Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys made out the PRI this weekend in Indy and saw all the awesome stuff that we've seen this weekend. Me and Wes made it out there our first time going. We've been wanting to go for many, many years. We finally went, and man, there is a ton of stuff to see. We walked every single aisle, looked at every single booth, and there was all kinds of stuff. But we are back. We are pretty much going to break down what the changes are going down on Tory this offseason. We got fuel changes, we got air changes, we got suspension changes, we got a little bit of weight reduction. We got a lot going on. So we're going to cover that in this video. Not going to get the wrenching on anything, but we're going to cover what we're doing, why we went this route, and what broke in the transmission was the Billet P2 Planet. That was the second one we broke this year. So obviously, we got something going on. We changed something up. No problem there. Yeah. So let's go over to the bench and see what we got. Look at this combo. I mean, look at this. We got a stainless 5-blade 8096 T4. That is a bad mofo right there, boys and girls. Oh my God, look at this thing, man. This thing's going to sound absolutely amazing. Obviously, we're going to get the cover polish. You know me. You know how the truck has to look. It has to look absolutely beautiful under the hood. So we're going to get that polished. It kind of, I don't know if we'll be able to. I would like to keep the stainless diesel. Look, I'm already dirtying up with my fingers. I want to keep the stainless diesel on it. Don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll figure that out. Come over to the fuel side. We went with 300s again. Wanted to try Extra G out. These are LMM bodies. LBZ nozzles, just like the ones we got in Tory right now is the S&S LMM 300s with LBZ nozzles. We did the same thing with Extra G. Just wanted to make a full makeover with Tory pretty much. And then we got this beautiful Extra G 14 mil. I mean, look at this thing, man. That thing is shoo-wee. Has the fuel inlet coming in the back, which makes a ton of sense to me because you got to think about it. If you have your fuel coming in here, it's pretty much hitting a wall literally as soon as it comes in. Versus this, it is not. This makes a ton of sense to me. You guys watched the previous video. You guys know that my S&S 14 mil, that was just the normal speed one. That wasn't a high speed or anything like that. I was losing rail about 1,200 horsepower worth of fuel. It barely outflowed a 12 mil at that point. So we went ahead and I said, if I'm changing to an Extra G 14 mil, I'm just going to change the whole fuel system to Extra G. Extra G is top notch. So went ahead and just changed everything out. Even though we got my S&S's dialed in, I just wanted to make a change. So I'm not a person to have one brand pump in the truck and have another brand injector. So very weird when it comes to that. So that's why I did pretty much got the 14 mil. I said, you know what? I'm going to get the injectors too. And then we went to the 8096. Nothing wrong with the work, not 8092. That thing was bad. That thing drove amazing on the street. However, I just always wanted a 5-blade. And them things sound amazing. And they are a beast of a charger. So pretty much just changed up and went with that. So nothing against S&S, nothing against work, nothing at all. I just wanted to make a change for the whole setup. So I got the 75 back on there. I don't know why I put it back on there because I sold the 80. I sold the S&S 300s are gone. My 14 mil is gone. Everything is gone. So we don't have to do anything, hopefully, under the engine, nothing like that. Just change air and fuel and be done there. But we do have a lot of changes for the suspension. Here, guys, we got a fuel cell going on. This is a 20-gallon. It does have a fuel sending unit in it, so we're going to get that all figured out. We have a crossbar here with some upper shock mount tabs. And we have the axle brackets. And we have some fuel cell brackets. And then we got a fresh rear cover for the diff. So what we plan on doing here is, obviously we're going to take the bed off. We're going to get the frame sandblasted, even though it's not in bad shape, but you want to get it nice and clean because you're going to be welding. We are going to ditch the shocks how they are, and we are going to put some double adjustables in the back. We're going to cut out that, we're going to get the fifth wheel rails out of here. We're going to get these airbags off, and we're going to cut that spare tire, big brace back there, and then weld in that tube and get the shocks mounted behind the rear axle on a straight up and down angle. So that will help out tremendously with 60 foot, help keep the front end down from lifting. Because right now, guys, I pump those airbags up. That way, when the truck launches, it doesn't necessarily like pop the front end. We're going to mount the fuel cell under the bed, and then cut out a hole, get rid of this style cap and have the filler net come out. That way it's kind of like flush with the bed. I just pop it off, fill it up, and be good to go. And then we're going to actually put the lift pump probably like to the left of it. I don't know. I may put the battery back there as well. Have not fully decided on that yet. It would clean up a lot under here, but it's already pretty clean, and I don't think it would really matter relocating all the way back there. So I may just leave the battery, but I'm 100% putting the lift pump back in the bed right next to this. That way, not underneath the cab, so it's not necessarily screaming at me while I'm going down the road or whatever. Being back here, I probably won't hear it as bad. So that's the plans with Tory, guys. We got a lot of changes going on. It's not necessarily crazy changes. Like, it's the same fuel and air setup. Obviously, X3 injectors are going to tune a lot different than S&S injectors. Once we get the turbo and the fuel setup back on the truck, I'm going to take the bed off. I'm going to have somebody come sandblast the frame. And then we're going to take Tory down to Wes's house, and we're going to get the cracking on cutting all the old stuff off and welding the new stuff in. And I haven't gotten shocks yet. I think I'm going to go with some AFCOs. That's what Wes has on his, and they're very nice shocks. We actually talked to AFCO at PRI this past weekend, figured out what size and all that stuff I need. I got my measurements and stuff, so just got to pull the trigger on ordering them. But we're going to pretty much have it all prepped here, which I will cover. Get it all prepped here. That way we take it down to Wes's house, spend a day or so in his shop, and get it all welded up and bring it back up, put the bed back on it, or bring it back up, get it painted, get the bed back on it, and we should be good to go. Other than that, we really don't have to do anything else to fix it. That is a lot of money in parts, no doubt about it. But like I said, it's not really a drastic change. It had an 80 on it. Let's get another 80 on it. Yes, it's a 96 versus a 92. It's getting 314 mil, which it already had, just a different brand. So tuning will be a little different, like I said, but no problem there. Main thing is just getting all the suspension stuff done. Fuel cell on and plumbing up all the fuel lines, the return, and all that stuff. So that will help us a little bit with some weight reduction. You know, thick Tory is a little thick back there, so anything helps for sure to put Tory on a diet back there. The purpose of it was not really to lose weight, more so just to get the suspension set up and keep that rear end pretty much stiff back there. So front end ain't lifting like that. Now next year, I do plan on putting some coilovers in the front, cutting off the stock shock mounts and putting some nice brackets in there, but that is not happening this year. Reason why I don't recommend putting coilovers in the stock factory shock mount locations is it will ride insanely rough and miserable to drive on the street. So not going to go that far with it. Just going to change the fuel and air setup, suspension on the rear, fuel cell, and see what we get next year. Maybe not even mess with the front. Just see how it's 60 foot. It already 60 foot is pretty good for being how heavy it is. It's been high 1.4s and has been 150 flat, which for what suspension's on it now, that's amazing. So if we could get it in consistently in the 1.4s, high 1.4s, I'm fine with that for sure for being how heavy it is. Have not weighted. I like to weigh it after we do all this stuff, but if I had to guess, I'd say around 6,600 pounds. So like I said, guys, anything helps. Probably gonna get this rear cover powder coated the Illusion red that's under the hood with where the machine marks are, probably do that, and the polished look. That way everything flows together. So yeah, guys, that is the new setup for Thictory. I will catch you guys in the next video. We still have some stuff to do to the triple turbo LMM. We're waiting on parts. A lot of things are backward that we're changing up. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.